Hi guys, welcome to Life with Alex. My name is Isaiah. I'm with my co-host here.
My name is Alet. So hey guys, I hope you are doing okay. And karibuni to yet another episode of Life with Alet. For those who haven't subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe to Life with Alet. And also we appreciate your feedback. For the last two episodes we've done, we have seen your topic, we have seen your feedback, we have seen your comments, and we really appreciate
And then the
the
comments are
comments.
actually coming directly. Guys are
Yes,
calling.
yes, yes.
I would actually appreciate so that you can also share with other people some of your comments. I know some of you fear being in the limelight.
Yes.
Just write comment down below. You
Yeah.
give us the comments you appreciate, and it's been really important that we get feedback from you. And
Yes.
actually today's topic comes from
One of you.
one of our subscribers.
Yes.
They had this conversation somewhere and they thought they should throw it in. So I'll
Yes.
let her introduce the conversation.
So
Then I'll pick it up from there.
yes. And today's topic is on jealousy and rivalry within or with close family and friends. So how do you see about rivalry when it comes to close friends and family?
Actually, I would want to say how the topic came about. This lady was sharing a story about some guy who was brought up by the aunt.
Yeah.
And life was good. Then the aunt was still young, I think.
Yeah.
So the aunt managed to take this guy to the abroad, and the guy worked so hard while he was abroad. And definitely, we Kenyans know mambo ya kurudisha mkono, isi ya kupewa kitu kidogo. So the guy was always rudishing mkono na
Yes.
like just making the aunt know that it was worthwhile investing in him.
Yes.
And what the guy did, he helped the aunts. That would be the nephew and the nieces go to school. They went to school. Unfortunately, after finishing school, they were not able to get successful as this young man.
Yeah.
So I think for the aunt, she felt like, "Ay, mbona," and the guy was not coming back. He was just helping from far.
Yeah.
So one day he decides to visit, and unfortunately, the aunt had bad intentions about the visit. So
Yeah.
something happened, and we lost the guy. So this is a story. I don't know whether it's true, but we thought about it and it was like, yeah, I mean, it's a topic that we can discuss.
Yeah.
Whether you've been in such a position or felt a kind of treatment you're being treated by people around you because you've been successful, or you're somewhere in life where they're struggling to get.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yes. I would say sometimes rivalry it stems down to, I don't know, it stems down to back. It goes back to like the basics, like in the sense that, for example, in this case, the aunt who had invested in the guy, her own kids did go well, but whoever their nephew exceeded to what maybe she expected that his own kids would have done. But you see, sometimes when it's not direct, blah, blah, blah. So sometimes when it's not your own kids, you tend and feel like, why didn't my own kids do the same, go the way I expected. In fact, it's their nephew that went that way. And I tend to think some of this, the rivalry maybe goes from way back. You are a good performing kid, you are well mannered when you are growing up. Now this is life. You have made it. Maybe your kids, my sister's kids, haven't made it. So I'm a bit questioning life, what happened. Did I not become a good mother? Was I not a good father to the kids? It also comes with quote unquote maybe sometimes favorism. Growing up, there were some kids who were favored maybe because they were bright kids, maybe they were super talented, and others wanaoneshwa you know what, ukienda kuombea unaambiwa we nyamaza.
Let so and so
let so and so have an opinion.
Makes sense. But now for me, us guys were just a small family. I don't think we
when you say small, how many kids were you?
We're only 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a small number.
Two.
Yeah.
Small number. Then the gap between us is 1.5 years, like that.
Oh.
So between me and our last born is a couple of years, not exceeding 7 or 8. So
Are
you can
sure?
imagine. Yeah. So I don't think we have that rivalry unless in them it exists. But I think we sit down, discuss most of the times when you have agendas that we need to discuss. However, I must say this, maybe it's just an observation. I don't know whether it suits in this conversation. When I lost my late dad, our family members used to visit us more when my dad was alive. They took took care of us. I mean, they checked on us, and my mom was sickly. My mom had a stroke, so they used to pass by, see my mom, come with stuff. However, when we lost my dad, my mom was still alive. This kind of changed.
But they didn't.
My
like,
cousins,
visit
they didn't visit anymore. We did not get, like, those small acts of kindness that would come, a loaf of bread, milk, and all that. That was no longer happening. So I mean, I don't know
Probably
whether
they got busy with life, or maybe that's
no, but
that's an
that's an excuse.
Yeah.
It can't be just coincidentally after the demise of my dad, then everything changed.
Or maybe it's because now they are no longer benefiting from what they used to benefit from your dad.
Maybe that could be something. So
Yeah.
they okay, my dad was doing well, so maybe they thought now that my dad is not there, they might not get anything from us now who have remained, because now my mom was also sickly, or we might bother them with our problems. I don't know.
That could be
But
a possibility.
coincidentally, now fast forward, God works in mysterious way.
Very
I
mysterious
got
ways.
successful in my own way, not I mean, for the camera, in my own way.
Yeah.
I got successful, and it is weird that these people, and now especially my uncles who are way older than my father, would actually call me and ask for help. But coincidentally, after he passed on, there's a long duration, you can call it 10, 12 years, that these guys were away. Then all of a sudden they show up, because I think rumor has it this guy is doing very well, and maybe they can get something from me. However, I tried not to be different from what my dad was. Yeah, I did what I was able to do, but my siblings not concur with that. They draw the line. One, my sister would say no, because these guys were not there. I think you should also cut off.
You should have like a limit too.
Yeah, maybe help this. You also had cousins that were favorite. Saidia how, and all that. So in this case, this topic, I find it kind of bad, because why would the aunt get so cruel, considering the kids were younger? So there's no part where she should compare her kids with this other guy, because the guy was way older, and this guy has also in turn helped school the kids of this lady. So I mean, such a situation would be a very, very bad and awkward situation to find yourself in, but doesn't change, I think, the basics of a family unit. You cannot dictate what your uncle, let's say your brother, your father's brother, your aunt have raised up their kids. I think the interesting thing is just narrow down to your own family, nuclear family. And the beauty about building all this love, all the virtues, helps in turn spreading them out. So things like this die off very fast, because let's assume now me, my brother and my sisters, our kids relate the same way. Like they never call each other brother, I mean cousin, they call each other brother and sister, because that is what you also want to see in them. I think it dies out that way when the nuclear family is compact, and the virtues are shared in that basic unit of a family. Then it grows to the larger family, the extended family, then also of course to the community. So it emerges from somewhere. So I think this rivalry of that aunt and this nephew of hers must have come maybe from maybe the mother, now the sister, the sister to the aunt, maybe, or rather the mother to this nephew has, and that's why I would think maybe such things would not exist if the unit of the family is kept intact.
Yeah, because what I think, or when I look at situations, I don't think the rivalry usually exists like when guys are younger, according to how I've seen it. When you're growing up, you know that's your cousin, you're playing with him, like there's not so much, like you guys, you share so much, like you go to sleepovers at your cousin.
Actually,
but
those were the norms those days.
Yes, the older you get, the more you realize, like you guys, you're drifting apart, in the sense that, for example, you came to Nairobi, maybe some of your cousins were left in this like a country. So umekuja shule Nairobi, probably you went like to a good school, maybe hakwenda to a good school, maybe you're progressing in life, and then maybe they are stagnant.
So then that now comes to one thing called success. So I think the rivalry or the bitterness in families come only because of success.
Very true.
We might just conclude in our minds, like if you're not successful, people will not be
Yes,
jealous
yes, yes,
about
yes.
you, or they'll not want to have anything bad against you because you do not have nothing or something.
Because sometimes when you have like things you're comparing, in the sense that maybe you have like a really good job, like let's say like a good job to you would be like
I have a good
deal,
job.
yeah, like a deal that's
I'm an
giving you
interior
5
designer.
million. Yes. And then there's your cousin who's making like maybe barely even 30,000 in a month. So you see like your lifestyle will be a bit different, and as much as you might try to pull them up, probably the capability, you don't have that capability. So I don't think that rivalry comes like when you're younger. You see like when you're in your 40s, that is when in your 40s, in your 50s, that's when like this rivalry comes up, because let's say like maybe when you get to your 60s, you don't have so much to live, and you haven't like accomplished so
Maybe I
much.
live so many
No,
years.
hallelujah,
80,
amen.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we're going to live for long, but imagine at your 60, maybe, God forbid, or rather, maybe case example, you're still renting out, you don't have like your own place you call like your own kashamba, you don't like have a family home, you're still like your kids didn't go as well. So that's when you see even family, they start like fighting for mali ya wazazi, ile shamba ilikuwa mzaya alikuwa amesema ni yangu, but you guys you want to sell it at him, split into half, ama shamba yenye iko in a prime place, like iwezi pewa tu to the family ajisaidia, kwa sababu kwa nini, like naona kwenye tumefika nani amesaidika zaidi as compared to the other person.
But I think maybe again we can also think about it differently. Success is measured by you, not
very
by,
true.
not
It's
by,
a you thing.
Yeah, not by what people think. And maybe that is one thing I would really appreciate if everybody thought about themselves as a success where they are. I think you're where you are at whatever time you are because God wants you to be there at that particular time.
And also
everybody, there's a journey.
Yeah.
We cannot never be the same place. Can you just put it in mind and just think wherever you are? Like, what if God was to make us equal? Like, everybody's living in the same house, everybody's driving the same car, everybody's having the same number of kids. How will the world be? Like, we are all equal. I think there would be some. I think
it would be boring, first of all.
Boring, and then there'll be nothing. There's nothing exciting
to look up for, or to look up to when it comes, like, all of us, we are at a certain level.
Yeah. So I think let's measure success according to measure your own success. Let everybody speak of where they are, because there are things you see in me and believe maybe I'm above you, but I'm lacking the things that you think being below me that I'm wishing that I would have. So life is a balance. I can't have everything, and I think the rivalry for me would be it's such an unfortunate thought, because people's blessings are different.
Look at it the material way, like you have a big house, maybe you're doing well financially. That's how sometimes
but I'll be having a beautiful house, but I have problems in the house.
Yes. So most people like look at it like like I have like a life going on for me, and where else in our heads we think kuna say like they're struggling, they're not doing well, but maybe that person is so peaceful as compared to who you are. Also, another thing, where you are at in life, it's due to the choices that you have made over a period of time, So 10 years from now, I can't blame it on anybody else for the choices that I have decided to take and where I will be at 10 years from now, because the choices I am making today will determine how my next 10 years are going to be, maybe how my next 5 years are going to be. So
that makes sense.
Yes. So like sometimes when you sit down and you start like maybe becoming like you're my sibling, for example, you're my sibling, alafu naanza kukuonea wivu, unaenda vizuri, by the end of the day, if shit hits the rock, hits the fan, mimi ama wewe as my brother, as my blood, I'm the one to help you. It doesn't change the fact that maybe my cousin, like the family, is the one to bury you. So you can't just stay there, and once people they are gone, you can't help them.
And
so
then that's what I'm saying. It still goes back to it still goes back to the nuclear family. You see, now when rivalry can come that close between me and my brother and my sister, then we blame it on the parents.
Yes.
The parents. I think instilling this in all your kids is very important to avoid such issues when it comes towards later in life. Then again, I would want to quote this former ambassador who said one thing: you can never blame people about your life after 30 years old.
Very true.
Below 30, you can blame your parents. And all
Else,
that.
I didn't
But,
come from a good
yeah.
background.
What are you doing different?
Yes, yes.
After 30, my friend, that's where the starting line is. Finishing line is whatever.
In fact, like 2 weeks ago, I went to a conference, and every speaker in that conference was saying, wherever you are at, it's a you problem. You think you're not a dollar millionaire. It's a you problem.
You need to
You
work on
think
yourself.
yes, you think you don't have like that mansion. It's a me problem. I have to look into what I am not doing or what
you're not doing right.
Yes. What are you not doing right?
So the rivalry, I think it would be best. And I think even the rivalry is also in friends. I'm sure you've seen so many of these people. Somebody says, I trained him to be successful, and now, the only thing I can say, if you feel like somebody is succeeding in life, and you also want to be like the same, it's either you follow their footsteps, or get to learn what they're doing. 1, 2, if you're at a good place, both of you, I think just ask the person, how can I get to where you are? And I'm sure in the process of you guys exchanging, you'll be able to get to exchange life lessons. That probably there's something that they don't have that is a balance. They might be having the money, but it's something that you have, they might get from
very, very, very. It could be time, it could be money, it could be the energy. So also another thing, it's one thing when you look at someone and you admire them, it's also another for someone to wake up and take the action, because you might be pumping in the motivation, you might be pumping in maybe the resources, but still, me as Alex, I'm not motivated to do those things. And we see this also in families.
Have I motivated you?
Yes, you
see
have.
what's in families?
So you see this in families. There are people who are a bit reluctant, or they shy off to opportunities, they shy off to even trying new things, because like they sort of have a fear. Alafu 10 years down
it's
the line,
called a fear failure. Basically, whenever you lock your mind that way, succeeding has so many elements about fighting what you fear. That is success. Success is basically stepping on your fears.
Very, very, very true. So by the time you guys, you're like in your 60s, you just realize, like, I spent my whole life timing.
No, I'm barely 60. I'm barely 30, man. I'm thinking that's another.
At 60, you have mark timed the same spot over and over the years. Like people, like let's just like take action.
Think out of the box.
Yes.
That's the action I would tell you.
In
Reach
future,
out
let us all be
to
happy.
avoid the rivalry and the hate and all these things. If you feel that person is mentoring you to make you scared before you develop jealousy, I think reach out. This person will be able to help you. There are some good guys outside here.
Very, very true. You might talk to 1, 2, 3 people, they might not be, but don't give up. Keep on trying.
You'll get one.
At least will
be a game changer.
Keep on trying.
I have people, like I would say, that have changed my life. I think previously I've spoken about somebody who's pushed my potential from what I thought about myself. And where I am today, gratitude.
And I
love
true.
this. And it's not just him. He's probably the one who removed me from that hole. There are many people who've picked me up from different steps. And I can tell you one thing. Reach out. It could be us. If it's something you think you want to share with us.
Very, very true. I think me and you.
On the comment section.
Me and you, I think we are very free and comfortable people.
So we'll talk about it. It can be a discussion.
Yeah.
I mean, between us.
We could get to invite you.
Or you can invite you. We'll talk about that. Or you can be behind the scenes. Like we'll be doing the shoot and you're behind there. And you could be asking those questions. And lead questions that we can get answers. They will not hear you. If you want us to mention you, we can mention you. Yeah.
So all I can say is there is enough for everybody. Just put in the work. Pray, put in the work. Take action. And also believe in yourself. And when sometimes... It's not going to be all rosy.
It can never.
It's full of ups and downs, but please do not give up. Don't like sit just there 5 years unaangalia tu status za Isa. I'm like,
usiangalia na kublock.
Like unaangalia like with jealousy unajiambia sasa hata hiki mtu akiwezi saidia.
And if there's any way I can also help. I like saying that because we're in different professions. Yes. This is done as I wouldn't even call it a passive, a part-time activity. We would want to reach to the masses in whichever platform. We thought about this. We'll probably be doing some other things, but I am an interior designer. She's in I think procurement at the moment.
Yes.
And yeah, we know we probably have diverse knowledge about what to do. Maybe not the best, but if you feel like we can impact you or help you, just comment on the comment section, and I think Alex will be putting out the contacts
Yes.
of how you can get to us, the Twitter, Instagram handle,
TikTok. Currently we are on TikTok. Yes.
That's
Yes,
new.
yes, yes, we
Yeah,
are
I
on
just
TikTok.
realized that's just a
Revolution.
Hey,
Yes,
my friend.
yes.
Yeah. But otherwise, thank you guys. We want to make it. Some of you guys mentioned you wanted short content, so we want to capture as
Yes.
much as we can in the short time that we have with you.
Yeah, and parting shot for me, I would say, if there's one of the guys who pushes me, I think I've said this in a previous episode. Issa pushes me, and that's why we are friends. You know, like Issa will get you out of your comfort
Now let
zone.
me ask. So the day you fall out from a building, people will go interpret this that are pushing you.
No, not pushing, not pushing.
Just use the word encouragement.
Encourage.
I've never pushed you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So guys,
Issa encourages me like so much, and Issa is. I like the fact that you always have the energy. You always have like check up on your friends. Like, hey, what are you doing? What's the progress? Like, I think you're
now
so
come if you feel you don't check, that phone book has so many numbers.
Yes.
If you end up scrolling and you're not seeing somebody that you get in touch with, see vizuri.
Yes.
Once in a while, even if it cuts the number of friends so that enables you to be reaching out, reach out. Know how people are doing. It's very important.
Very, very important.
Otherwise, guys, thank you for tuning in. Hope to catch you next time.
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
So for those who have, I hope like you've enjoyed the short conversation we've had on rivalry between friends and family. So, and tell us on the comment section, what do you guys think about that? Is it cause like maybe it came from home, favorism, sijui from school,
Or if you've been in such a situation in your family,
yes,
or you have friends who don't wish well for you, you can have that conversation. But kindly don't call their names.
Yeah,
Just
please don't mention names.
As we say, it's squeezy, ongea.
Ikutoke. Very, very, very true.
It's been real. Thank you guys.
So for those who haven't like subscribed to my channel, kindly hit that subscribe button. Also turn on your notification bells and interact with us on the comment section. And until next time, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.